You should know he wrong. He a fucking white boy.
Hey, real quick, man. No disrespect to the LG whatever community, right? I'm trying to skirt the parameters on this one. Keep in mind, no disrespect, no disrespect in a derogatory manner, right? The Transformers, right? Listen, if I can't identify, listen, I understand. I'm not against people having the right to transition. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not against that. As a social anarchist, I have to be for that. You feel what I'm saying? Because it bring about change, and it's about social liberty. So, as I was saying, it's within someone's social liberty to like be able to do that. I feel like, however, you shouldn't be trying to teach kids that shit. None of that shit. No. That's where you draw the lines at. But I say that only because I'm a father. Like, you can't. No, don't be teaching that shit. Like, that's the type of shit I don't want my kid in public school because of that. I don't want that. I'm like, yo, if it come down to that, and that's still going on at that time, I'm gonna fucking homeschool my kid. Best believe it. Best believe it. That's within my rights as a parent. You know what I'm saying? If the state ever want to come and look up in here, go ahead and do that. Ain't shit going on. You know what I'm saying? My kid took care of. And I ain't making the same mistakes my dad made with me. No. So like I was saying, it's like, if I can only identify as Apache, Comanche, or Cherokee Native, or identify as white, right? Despite that, I identify more with black people. Most of my friends and most of my people I interact with is black or Hispanic. You feel me? So that's the same thing as like, isn't that the same thing as like identifying as something? Is like, or is if you like put it like this, because I don't identify much with white folk. You feel me? I don't identify much with. You feel what I'm saying? So isn't the same thing as like identifying as almost? You feel me? If I can't, because I identify more with black folk, right, than white folk. I identify more with black folk than white folk. But I can't identify as black because of that. Why? You feel what I'm saying? Now, I do, contrary to that, believe you have to draw lines in the sand with this shit. You can't be, put it like this, if you're non-binary, that's a line to be drawn, right? Where it's like, you can do that, right? But your gender is still going to be identified by your birth sex because you've obviously had no operation done to you to change your gender. You're not on hormones, I don't think. Like, I think the line drawn is like, for us to do that, you have to put it like this. I've only known one trans person in my life, and this bitch was the nastiest fucking guitarist I ever knew. You feel what I'm saying? Before she transitioned into a dude, right? I haven't seen her since. You know what I'm saying? But the bitch Rose, turning this dude Levi, turning this dude Ronin, right? So before the operation, she was Rose. After the operation, he was Ronin. But he got the operation. That's why, even when I talked with him on the phone after that shit, I give him that courtesy with that. Because it's like, put it this way. Certain people who know aspects of like my criminal history understand why I might say that, right? I think it really boils down to like, I worry people will exploit it for various reasons to work things, especially in a legal situation, in their favor. Like, I feel like it's a crutch people is using too. You feel me? And this no disrespect. Listen, I'm not saying I'm against that. If you go out, you get the surgery, you get the hormones, whatever, go ahead. I support that. What I don't support is people doing that for ulterior motives when they have no actual motive to actually, you know what I'm saying? They have no actual intention on transitioning through the actual process or whatever the fuck, right? They have no intent of that, right? I've known people who like my boy Gay Mikey, bro. he was gonna go through some shit like that. He was on hormones. He was about to get the surgery. Do you understand? Because he decided not to, he's fucked for life. This kid's hormones as a man is never gonna be the same. Like, and now that he's like past 30, he's starting to see that shit. And he's like, nah, this is not cool. Like, and he always talking to people about not doing that shit. Like, he don't support this shit. And he gay. You feel me? Like, that was like one of my old licks from when I was at the homeless camp. Like, my boy though, like, he moved out here ironically. So like I be seeing him every now and then. But yeah, like, me and him actually had a situation because I heard from someone that he raped them. Like, from someone who was not gay that he raped, and I found out later on, like, from this kid's baby moms, it was consensual. And I'm like, well, I should have known that with him because he just always be on some weird shit and always lying about it too. But it is what it is. So I basically jumped this kid for no reason just because I thought he was about doing some shit he really wasn't doing. And I feel so bad about it to this day. Like, that's the only reason he really around me like that. Well, he's not even around me like that, but that's why I could never be mad at him or be like, nah, fuck you, mom. Because, like, that was the way that he sort of got into my life. It's because I heard he did some shit. And, like, I didn't know him at all. I never really talked to him. But, like, I heard he had did some shit to this kid. And, like, didn't think to like ask nobody else about it and just like saw him one day and blacked out. Like, so like it's I'm not against that community. You feel me? I'm not against that community. I'm against things like rape. Oh yeah. I'm against things that involve kids. Yeah. You feel me? Like, just because I'm not gay or I'm not, you know, trying to transition or be in that type of community doesn't mean I'm against that community. Now, I'm against corrupting kids. You feel what I'm saying? I'm against, like, think about it like this. Like I just said, a gay dude I know, who a gay crackhead, right? He feel the same way. Last I checked. You feel what I'm saying? About teaching kids that shit. Because before that was even going on, he was telling, he used to always say he regret transitioning. He regret trying to transition, excuse me. Because he's like, once I didn't want to do it, I didn't realize till I got older, but them hormones fucked me up for life. Them shits made it so, like, the same shit bitches start going through at, like, how I say it, like, around the age he at now, which is, like, well past 30, like, he started going through the weight gain, all that shit, like, crazy weight gain, like, for no reason, like, so, I mean, that's why I seen some shit on the Instagram, on his Hoodlum channel, and I was like, look, if I even have to really, like, bark back at somebody because they doubt my native heritage without understanding that, like, look, that motherfucker you used to see outside the convenience store that they had a statue of, that motherfucker barely around no more. I think that's why you don't see them statues no more, because they, like, it fucked me up. It's like they trying to forget about us outside the tribe. Like, they want to act like anyone who ain't in the tribe ain't gonna know about the tribe. That's what they want. Like, that's honestly what I think about going and getting my reservation shit, going and living on a reservation. Cause like people need to keep that shit alive, and I know I got like three different reservations essentially. I don't know if Apache. Well, I know it's either Apache or Comanche. Just a big reservation down there. I think they got both, but I wouldn't go to Cherokee shit because that's all like franchised and shit. Like that breaks off into much smaller tribes than that. They all do, but like. I don't think I'm really Cherokee like that. I think that shit was created by the Trail of Tears, right? So if I only have to, like, if I even have to defend what I really am, you feel me, in times, and like, granted, no one ever, like, once I say it once, like, no one brings it up again, right? But if that's the case, then like, even though I identify more with black people, right, and most of my friends is black, I can't just go be like, well, I identify more with them, so I'm black. You understand how many people would get mad if I did that shit? I would not do that shit. No. Like, that's the fuck thing, man. Like, that's where I have to draw a line at. It's like, okay, if you go and you get the hormones and shit, you want to identify a woman, you're a woman. You don't want to do that, you want to play dress up, sorry, you're a dude, you're playing dress up. Gonna do the same thing with you did with J. Edgar Hoover. You use the male's bathroom, whatever the case. You don't gotta be completely in the closet like J. Edgar Hoover, but just you're not a woman, bro. I'm sorry. You still have a dick. That's what it should boil down to, really. If I can't say, well, I identify more with black people and Hispanic people, so I'm black. You feel what I'm saying? They shouldn't be able to do that unless they get the operation. I'm out there, bitch.